Hey everybody, Randy Adkins here, and this week is going to be another reaction video to an episode of Sailor Moon Crystal. We are up to episode 6 now. The title is Tuxedo Mask, and here we go. I like Viz's new little intro thing. It's nice. Oh, I forgot about the moon stick. Bright, あなたの力になりたい。Guardian, Sailor Moon. I really like this song. We're in, I don't know, post-opening commercials here. A friend of mine mentioned that this is very similar to a fan fiction story called Interlude, and I started reading it, but like I just really got distracted by the combining of the Deke dub names and Japanese words and terms. Like, I don't know. It wasn't badly written, don't get me wrong. It's just that, I don't know. It was hard for me to wrap my mind around. Like, I was never really, like, a huge fan of fan fiction, but I don't know. But I guess, you know, check it out, fanfiction.net, Interlude. I'll put a link down below, I guess, if you want to check it out. Here we go. Ooh. Interesting watch. Act 6. Tuxedo Kamen. Tuxedo Mask. Same dream. What could it mean? Mochiron da. You know his name. What? I need to, like, next time at my parents' house, I need to get my manga. Oh. Umino's here. Umino's here for the story exposition. Floor-length hair. Like, I love it. I love that character design. Interesting.
確かにセーラー V が気のせい。ウサギちゃんどうかしたの？ねえセーラー V ちゃんも正義の戦士よね。
そうだね。やっぱり私たちの仲間なんじゃない？
普通の女の子なのかしら。前は活躍してたみたいだけど、最近は表立って現れていないわね。
幻の銀髄賞を探すのよ。
Oh, Zoe Sight. Oh. Of course, Naru. The secret command center. Like, this is a good episode because you get lots of kind of, I don't know, there's like backstory and sneak peeks, I guess, alluding to Sailor V joining the team. The whole thing where they at first think that Venus is the princess, which, I mean, if you think about it in English, it makes no sense whatsoever for Sailor Venus to be the princess of the moon. But, like, I hope they keep Venus being as powerful as she was in the manga, like, in this. Which there's no reason to think that she wouldn't be. Because, you know, she's got the sword, and she's the leader of the Inner Senshi, and, of the Inner Senshi, Venus is actually my favorite, but, I don't know, like, I realize that that's not what this episode is about, but we haven't really delved a whole lot into Tuxedo Mask, other than that he decided to turn to, you know, major news outlets to try to have people, or to let people know about the Ginzui show and, you know, get them to look for it, which then Zoe Sight was able to, you know, manipulate to his own means, I guess. But yeah, I wonder if we will end up with the evil Zoe Sight Sailor Moon. Like, I hope that still happens. I don't remember if that was in the manga or not, but I need to get the manga from my parents' house. We are back, though. But yeah, I need to get the manga from my parents' house and go through it again, because, yeah.
侮っていたわ。これもタキシード仮面の仕業かも。敵なんかじゃないよ。みんな変身よ。
I've always been a fan of, like, the combo henshin. Like, okay, despite the fact I just said that, this one was a little bit too shortened. I mean, I understand they have to have time considerations for the episode, but still. Not true. He just doesn't know about him yet. Usagi, you really need to go. Team Rocket? Ah, Usagi.
そこにいるのセーラームーン。タキシード仮面の前じゃセーラームーンになれない。
He already knows who you are.
何をためらっている。変身するんだ、セーラームーン。
知ってるの？私がセーラームーンだって。
みんなを救えるのは君しかいない。
でも私にはマーキュリーやマーズ、ジュピターみたいに霧や炎や嵐を起こせるわけじゃない。ルナがいないと一人じゃ何もできない。
君にはみんなを笑顔にする不思議な力がある。君があの3人の心を開き、君たちはセーラー戦士として目覚めた。君こそが4人のリーダーにふさわしい。さあ、
あったかい力が湧いてくるこの感触。ウサギちゃん、迷っている暇はない。プリズムパワ
I still miss the double blink. Like, I love the henshin sequence. I am not bothered by the fact that it's CG. I just miss the double blink.
私ドジで泣き虫で何の力もない。セーラームーン、あなたならできるはずよ。だけどみんなを助けたい。お願い、私に力を。
今だ、セーラームーン。
席が消えていく。ウサギちゃん、やったんだわ。
セーラー戦士の見てない。
ウサギちゃん、
ありがとう、セーラームーン。
Oh.
あったかい手、みるみる元気が湧いてくる。私この手知ってる気がする。ずっと昔から。
Ah! Artemis!
い
Minako.
つものあの夢、誰かが私、あなたがタキシード仮面。
I mean, yes, but like... Okay, so the first 2 times you saw him out in public, he was wearing the same tuxedo as Tuxedo Mask. I realize you don't pay attention to get 30% on, like, tests and stuff, Usagi, but I mean, really. Like, you seem a little bit too disbelieving at this point. I love it though. Like, but freaking, oh, the Moon Stick and Moon Healing Escalation. Awesome. Next episode, we've got Minako coming in. I'm really excited. 2 weeks. But, like, I'm really looking forward to Sailor Venus. God. Because that's finally the whole team. And Artemis. And, I love it. I love it. Okay. Okay. So, even though this was supposed to be just, you know, Tuxedo Mask-centric episode, there was a lot of Sailor Moon centricity in it also, which kind of makes sense because their stories are inevitably tied together. But, like, there was a lot of other stuff that happened. It was Zoiside's first fight, Queen Beryl's reveal to them, first use of the Moonstick, teaser for Sailor Venus. So much happened in this episode. It was so good. But here comes the Jikai. I'm gonna turn the volume back up just a little.
Act 7 千葉守タキシードマスク
Ooh.
月の光は愛のメッセージ
So even though they teased Sailor Venus, apparently the next episode is not not her debut. It appears to be another episode about Tuxedo Kamen, but I'm a little disappointed now that the next episode is not the debut of Sailor Venus. But I think they actually did sort of show her watching them a bit before she actually showed up to join them. And I mean, who knows? She may end up with a fight, or it may be something that happens at the very end of the episode. But I'm glad that they have another episode about him because I really like him as a character. Obviously, and honestly, my first cosplay ever was Tuxedo Mask. The thumbnail of this video was actually not the first mask I ever made, but the most recent mask I made to cosplay Tuxedo Mask. And the cape was the cape that I used to cosplay Tuxedo Mask. If I can find pictures, I will possibly put pictures up. I don't know, I mean, again, this was my first cosplay ever, so the only thing I really made was the mask. Everything else was just, like, bought. It was, like, a tuxedo I got at a thrift shop that really didn't fit me very well. But, yeah, I mean, if the jacket itself was a little more authentic, then I would have been, I would have felt a little bit better about it, and I would have hesitated putting pictures up. But honestly, it was not that great of a costume, with the exception of the mask, which is right here. So this is the mask, and I'm not going to turn it around because it's kind of gross on the back. Because the reason it's gross on the back is because of how I attached it. Because if you can see, there are no earpieces or anything like that. Because when he's wearing the mask, there's really nothing attaching it. Most people would use, like, glasses frames and things like that. But there's nothing attaching his mask, so I don't know, I was proud of myself for having that idea. But yeah, this was another awesome episode. Looking forward to the next one. A little disappointed that they teased Sailor V coming in, and then, just judging by the Jikai, she's not gonna join up with them in the next episode, which I can see that happening too. But yeah, so really looking forward to the next episode again. I'm glad that they really are spending this much time sort of going over I mean, this episode didn't really have a lot of backstory on Mamoru or anything like that. It was just like showing that he really wasn't a bad guy, and his whole purpose for going about it the way that he did is because he doesn't have any powers, which really isn't true. And if you know the manga, you will find out that he really does have powers. Not a lot, but I'm really looking forward to his attack. Just to see what they're gonna do and make it look like, I guess. And then also, if it's, I don't remember if it's in the manga. No, it's only in the manga. So yeah, his combo attack with Sailor Chibi Moon from the section that was made into Sailor Moon S. Yeah, so looking forward to that. I mean, I realized that as far as the number of episodes that were ordered versus the re-release of the manga, they're probably only going to get to the end of Sailor Moon R storyline. But with as popular as this has been, I really don't foresee them not continuing. I mean, Sailor Moon is, I don't know, it's like a timeless story. And, you know, because you've got the people who are just kind of learning about it for the first time now, you know, who've heard about Sailor Moon, maybe didn't watch the original series because, I mean, here in the United States at least, it was basically off the market for 10 years. Nobody had the license, nobody could get the license, but with the 20th anniversary and Sailor Moon Crystal being released, Viz was able to get the license for it. So that is being re-released on Neon Alley and Hulu. So, you know, for some, you know, younger anime fans, this is sort of the first time they're seeing it, like in America. I realize America's not the only place, but people like Sailor Moon. Like, it's a great story. They're great characters, and I don't know. Like, I do not foresee them not finishing the series. There are enough people who are excited enough about it that I really don't foresee them not finishing. So, but that is basically it for my reactions / observations / whatever this has been to the new episode of Sailor Moon Crystal, episode 6. So please remember, if you like my videos, to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe down below so you won't miss any of my videos. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, anything like that, leave a comment down below. If you click over here, I will put a link up to the other video I will be putting up this week, which is going to be a reaction to Series 8, Episode 5 of Doctor Who. And if you click on this side, I will put a link to the last Sailor Moon reaction that I did, which was Act 5, Sailor Jupiter's Introduction. So that is about it for me for this video. Remember to check back again in 2 weeks so that you can see my reaction to the next episode of Sailor Moon Crystal, Act 7, which is another Mamoru-centric episode, apparently, and this is going into his backstory as a person versus his sort of current story as Tuxedo Kamen. But yeah, I will see you later, everybody.